What is something you would never tell anyone for the rest of your life? 1. When my brother was courting his now wife, he wanted to give her a handmade scarf. Seeing that others were giving hand-knit scarves, he tried knitting one himself but failed miserably. So, he bought one online and asked the seller to make it look a bit flawed. When his girlfriend received the scarf, she was moved to tears, thinking it was a genuine gesture of love. Now, whenever they argue, she puts on the scarf and sits quietly. My brother always gives in, thinking the scarf might give away its secret. 2. 2 years ago, while studying at home for graduate school exams, I had a moment of frustration. Out of nowhere, I grabbed my dad's cigarettes and smoked a few puffs in the bathroom. I'm a girl, a straight A student, very introverted, and had never even dated before graduating from college. The cigarette smoke was harsh, so I threw it in the trash. 2 hours later, when I came out, I found the bathroom filled with thick black smoke. The cigarette had set the trash on fire. The toilet was scorched black. That night, my dad and mom teamed up and gave my little brother, who was in high school, a beating. They didn't give him any money for a month. The thing is, my brother actually smoked at that time, and he thought he had accidentally caused the fire. Now, 2 years later, I've graduated. But every time I see that burnt bathroom, I still feel sorry for my brother. 3. When I was little, my dad was a night shift taxi driver, so he slept during the day and could fall asleep within seconds. One time, while we were watching TV, he suddenly started snoring. I thought he was pretending, so I took his lighter and briefly burned the bottom of his foot. When he didn't react, I thought he was really good at pretending, so I kept at it for about 10 seconds until he suddenly jumped up with a yell, clutching his foot. I just stood there, dumbfounded, still holding the lighter. The beating that followed is something I remember vividly to this day. What is something you would never tell anyone for the rest of your life? 4. When I was a kid, I skipped school and went home. My dad caught me and asked why I wasn't at school. In a panic, I lied and said the school collapsed. My dad froze, then called the village committee to send people to rescue the children. I didn't know that when my dad was young, the school had actually collapsed, killing many students, some of whom were his classmates. The trauma was so deep that he didn't question my lie. Many parents, just off work, frantically called the school, but the lines were jammed, further fueling the panic. Before long, our entire village rushed to the school, with parents crying and screaming, riding motorcycles, driving cars, and even running on foot. That was the first time I got a beating, with no one to plead for me. My butt didn't just hurt, it went numb. 5. In middle school, my mom bought a case of 8 Treasure Kanji. I secretly opened it and drank several cans, then carefully put the empty cans back and resealed the box with tape. Later, my mom unknowingly took the case as a gift. Now, 4 years after graduating from college, I still don't dare to confess. 6. When I was a kid, our family was poor. One time, an aunt gave me 2 pieces of beef jerky, the kind wrapped like candy. I thought they were delicious and hid them under my pillow, eating a little bit each night. I made those 2 pieces last over a month. 7. As a kid, I imitated others who would spit when entering a bathroom. The problem was that, unlike normal people who have phlegm, I had nothing. So, I just gathered saliva and spit. Honestly, I don't know why I picked up such a silly habit. But unfortunately, it became ingrained, like the Pavlovian conditioning of a dog with a bell. I now salivate like crazy every time I enter a bathroom. It's so embarrassing. 8. In college, I'm a guy, I sleep hugging a doll. Recently, I've been sleeping with a Kuromi doll. My roommates didn't know until one night I turned over too quickly, and Kuromi fell to the floor. Now everyone knows I sleep with a Kuromi doll. 9. When I was little, I peed in the pot of porridge that was cooking at home. The whole family drank it. 10. As a child, I was mischievous and once peed on a big rooster. It pecked me on the groin, and I was in pain for half a month. For a couple of days, my mom noticed I was walking funny, so I finally confessed. She saw that my groin was swollen and blue, so she handed me a bottle of iodine to apply. It took a week to heal.